So I'm in the middle of Valdosta City Cemetery, and it's a beautiful park-like space, which we all in the city of Valdosta are very lucky to have, and we appreciate it. And we appreciate all the people who keep the grounds looking so nice. This is a special place for me and for a lot of people in our community. This is a memorial to the unknown slaves of Valdosta in recognition of their sacrifices and contributions to our community. We use the term enslaved people today because we want to be sure that we recognize the humanity of every person who had to live in bondage. But as I drive around Valdosta, I see brick buildings, in particular a church that's an African American church that I'm familiar with because we had NAACP elections in the church there. And I look at the Crescent, which is a garden center, and I know that the bricklayers were freed slaves, and they taught the trade to their children. The Crescent was built by freed slaves who knew carpentry very well, and these are beautiful places in Valdosta. And so I just want people who don't live here to know that there's always been a group of folks in our town who try to live our lives promoting ideals of justice, fairness, and equality. And this is one of the things that some of our community members put together, and I think it's a lovely tribute. I wish that we could have this down at the old courthouse. The old courthouse is where they have the Confederate soldier monument, which the podcasters love to take pictures of, and then they broadcast it everywhere and they say, see, this means that Valdosta is a racist town. We've gone to the county commissioners numerous times and asked them, if you're not going to take the Confederate memorial down, will you at least add to it so that other groups of people who should be memorialized and remembered are included in the public space in downtown. But they so far have refused to do it, and some of our videos are going to come back and revisit some of that issue and more issues around that kind of idea, that we as society need to move forward and stop putting memorials to the Confederacy in public places. It's a shame that our memorial to the unknown enslaved people is here in the cemetery. In my opinion, it should be in a public place where more people, in a more public place where more people can see it. But I just want you to see this. It's just such a lovely place and a peaceful and restful place. And a lot of the cultural anthropology and history students from Valdosta University, which is right over there, the city cemetery abuts the land that is owned by Valdosta State University. So they come over here and they do all kinds of historical research on the graves, the family names that are on the graves. There's famous people buried here. There's infamous people buried here. There's white and black buried here. Some of the pillars of Valdosta's families are buried here. Some people whose names have been lost to history. So on this Easter Sunday, I wanted to come out and reconnect to what the meaning of Easter is. And I said earlier, for me, my Christianity means that I have to live my life telling the truth. I am the way, the truth, and the light is what Jesus said. And I think that any Christian, and non-Christian for that matter, ought to consider that when you live your life, you need to live it in a way that you stand up for the truth, regardless if it's popular, regardless if it causes you problems. Okay, thank you.